Big Brother Rewind is sponsored by Hover.com. Go to gfq.hover.com and get 10% off your entire purchase. FreshBooks. FreshBooks is an easy-to-use online invoicing service that saves you time, gets you paid faster, and makes you look professional. Get started completely for free at freshbooks.com. And by audible.com. Get a free audiobook by going to audiblepodcast.com/GFQ.
Tonight on the GFQ Big Brother Rewind, Brendan and Rachel dominate the first week, winning both the HOH and POV competitions. Drama starts to build as alliances split the house. And Evel Dick unexpectedly leaves the house. All this and more on this week's Big Brother Rewind.
Oh my God.
What a week.
What a week.
Big show.
You know what? I was hoping for a bang, right? We said they have to do something.
Right.
And it still backfired on them. As I predicted.
Can't seem to get it right.
As I predicted last week that this whole thing will backfire. But it kind of became interesting. Joining us, Tim Dillon, stand-up comic Tim Dillon.
Thank you so much. Reality television aficionado.
Is that your new title?
I believe it is. I believe that's
Reality
what we'll do.
TV expert. Also a Drita expert.
I looked for a class because I'm in college on reality television. They have a ton of classes on media, nothing on reality TV. I think it's only a matter of a couple of years before they have one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Taught by maybe Dick himself.
Yeah, possibly.
I like it.
Possibly.
I think we should do that.
Jessica's here with us. How you doing, Jess?
Hello.
And I'm Andrew Zarian, for people who don't know. I got a lot of hate mail last week because people did not know that it was a pre-Big Brother show. They thought it was a post-season premiere show.
That warranted hate mail?
Now, me making it extremely clear and saying this is a pre-Big Brother show, and I even have a quote where I said, most of the stuff that we are discussing today will not happen. And I know for a fact I will get hate mail. So remember, this is a pre-Big Brother show. We are doing this before the season premiere. Nonetheless, people did not listen to that and said we got everything wrong. And you're so stupid. It's like you never watched the episode. Of course I didn't, because it hadn't happened yet, which was hysterical. So I sent them an email, very articulate, very, very composed, saying, I'm glad you found our show. By the way, last week's episode blew the season premiere of season one's numbers away.
Really?
Yeah,
NBC
double the
and
numbers.
CBS. CBS, I believe, had the highest night.
Yeah.
And NBC was very, very close behind them. But that's the highest rated show on CBS right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great show.
Me.
That's why we're doing great. As Suncast in our chat room says, please remember that Big Brother Rewind airs before Thursday's episode of Big Brother.
Good job, Suncast.
Yeah, thank you, Suncast.
Somebody's paying attention.
So where do we begin? So last week, now let's just start with season one. We're starting season. Let's start with season 13, episode 1. Okay.
All right.
This is gonna be a doozy. As we expected, there was a major twist in the season where it's veterans, veteran couples, versus
Newbies.
the newbies.
Right. Newbie couples.
No, they're not. Well, yes, they've
had to
coupled them
couple
up.
up.
They've coupled up the newbies.
Right.
Okay, fine, interesting. Dick comes out. So first, Brendan and Rachel, Jeff and Jordan, then Dick and Danielle. I don't think anybody expected Dick back in that house. That was in that house at that point. I mean, we were speculating, and you know, we may have known things, but nobody expected it to happen. They come out. At this point, I'm saying, that's it. Dick is going to run this house. Dick is going to have everybody wrapped around his finger. He's going to start pulling strings. And that's what he started doing.
He started to do exactly that.
He did a great job at prepping that team, the veterans, into what to do. And he was coaching Rachel. If you watch the feeds, you can see that he was coaching Rachel. An interesting thing was that him and Portia were talking, and he was trying to grab Portia to come on board with them.
And I wonder why Portia.
I'll tell you why. They know each other. They have I believe it was Janelle. Through Janelle, they know each other or they're acquaintances.
She served him a drink.
I don't know. Was that the story?
Well, she's a bartender. I didn't. She's a VIP cocktail waitress. I didn't know.
There was some sort of party, and
Right.
they have a mutual friend. I think Janelle's a mutual friend, so I think that's why he grabbed her. But that was interesting because that is whole.
Do you think it's because she's a little weak-minded, maybe?
You know, Dick is a master manipulator,
Right.
And
Yeah.
he's very good at that. And if you watch Big Brother 8, you knew that this guy was to the point that, I mean, he manipulated people to hate him so much and to kind of get him thrown out. And it worked in his favor. And I really wonder if that was not, that wasn't a strategy of his saying, well, I'm going to make it seem like they should throw Danielle out because they hate me so much, they're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, the guy won. So now Dick is in the house, Rachel and Brendan, Jeff and Jordan, which everybody loves. So now at this point, you're thinking, there's no way the newbies are going to be able to match these guys. Also, so Rachel wins HOH because Dick and Danielle threw the competition, so Rachel got it. So Rachel is HOH, but now everybody has a pack, right? We've kind of split sides.
Right.
The newbies are terrified. They're
They look
freaking
like they're
out.
going to get trampled.
Yes, this was
From-
the season premiere.
from right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Doesn't
at
look
that
good.
point, doesn't look good at
Right.
that point. Adam is actually interesting. I like Adam, but I thought he would be a lot more aggressive in that house. He's not that aggressive, but I kind of like him. I was right on Keith. I said Keith needs to go.
He's so annoying.
He's nuts, right? He's nuts.
He's not all together.
No, right?
No.
He's not.
He's-
He's not.
He's a bit, as my father would say, and I try to make it nice, he's a bit off.
yeah.
He's getting a lot of action.
Yes, he is.
He's also he's a very religious fellow.
That's the amazing part.
So it's interesting. He's humping his way to heaven.
That's
He's
exactly
a
what
youth
he's doing.
minister. He's a youth minister.
Yeah.
He's ministering the youth on how to get some ladies.
Yes.
So now we're seeing this whole thing build up, right? Dick is running this alliance. And we get a baseball bat to the head. Dick is missing. Now, this is on Thursday night. So right when we went off the air, I think Dick was missing at that point. Dick is gone. Nobody knows where he is. They called him into the diary room, and he went home. Dick is gone now. This is a huge blow. Nobody knows why he's gone. Dick actually put a statement out. I have the video. I'm going to play it for you. It is courtesy of his website. I'm just want to rtvzone.com. This is on rtvzone.com if you want to see the full message from Evel Dick on what happened and why he went. It was still very vague, and he didn't go into any personal details, but here's an explanation from Dick why he went.
People, friends, family, and fans who know me know that I would have never, ever left the house could have been avoided. I went in to win, not to leave, in CBS and the producers and my daughter and my alliance and, screw the fans, as well as myself. I'm not a quitter. I've never quit anything. And, why would I leave if it wasn't for something important? Kind of here's how it went down. I was summoned to the diary room where producers spoke to me and gave me some bad news about someone I was very close with. Actually, they didn't even come onto the PA within the diary room. They came inside of the diary room, opened the doors, like shocked, and asked me out and sat me down and we spoke. It was an emergency that required my immediate attention. There was no second thought. I had to leave, and they understood completely. I thank them for their understanding and their concern. It means a lot to me.
So that was a piece. If you want to see the entire video, I believe the video is about 9 minutes long. You can go to rtvzone.com and get an update. I believe, there's a number of reality TV stars on that website. And they do, like a webcast, a reality TV webcast, and they're great over there. So rtvzone.com, courtesy of them. What does this do to the game? Now, this is a huge change, right? This is a huge shift. Dick, by far, the strongest player in that house. The strongest player, in my opinion, of Big Brother history.
Does this smell right to you? I'll be honest. I'm a cynical guy. To me, this had to be horrible news for a guy like Dick to walk out of that house. So horrible that I feel like he might have even been more specific with it. You know what I mean? He might have said, listen.
Or it had to be something so horrible that if it really meant that he had to leave, then whatever it was, I feel like had to affect Danielle in some way, because whatever it is, I feel like there has to be a connection, and they would have told her.
Or was, as many people are theorizing, this exactly what was supposed to happen. Dick was to come in, get the veterans exactly how he did it, and basically disappear, because we all know next season is going to be a All-Stars.
No,
season.
well, it's rumored.
We don't know that.
It's rumored.
It's rumored on all the blogs, and one can only hope.
Do you think? Well, he'll definitely be back for that, right?
It's not an All-Stars without Dick. But here's the thing:
right.
If I've spoken to Dick a bunch of times, if I had never spoken to this man and never understood, his thought process and how he works, this is a guy that would never left that house. Knowing what I know now about him and his personality by speaking to him. If I had never spoken to him, and if I just went based on what was going on and based on what he's presented himself on TV, I would say, oh, maybe he's up to something. Maybe this was his whole strategy.
Right.
I call baloney. I honestly, this is this man's life.
I call baloney.
I do call baloney on the rumors.
I like Suncast. He goes, in the chat room, he goes, he lives for Big Brother.
He does live for Big Brother.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like...
Not only that, but that's actually what his daughter says.
Right.
Yeah.
He lives for Big Brother, and, she can't imagine what news this could have been.
Yeah, I'm not going to speculate at all in respect to Dick and his family and whatever it is.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
hopefully everything's okay.
It's bad and it's tough, and I really hope he's doing well. And I'm, down the line we'll find out more, obviously. But right now, this is what it is. So Dick is gone.
Yeah.
And I got upset at this because I'm thinking, this was awesome. Dick is back in the house, and it's going to be so interesting to see how he manipulates everybody.
It was the Dick show.
It was. It really was.
Yeah.
It was a Dick show. In more ways than one. So now Dick is gone, and they announced this golden key prior to Dick leaving.
Right.
They said, well, whoever is up on the block the first week, the
4
person...
weeks.
No. Who's on the block the first week and doesn't get sent home from the team gets a golden ticket. And with that golden ticket, you are golden key. You are safe for 4 weeks.
Yeah, but it's not just the first week. It's the first.
No, they're not doing it every week.
Yes, they are.
They're doing a gold. No, they're not. It's the first.
They're doing it. No, they're doing it for the first 4 weeks. So anybody who is put up on their block through any partnership that's put on the block, the other person cannot do anything.
No,
for
I think you're wrong.
No,
that's how
I
think you're wrong on this. Oh no! They say the first 4 people. No, okay, so I'm wrong. Wow,
yes, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I have it right in front of me.
Jessica was right. But I didn't want to kind of step in because I want to keep this gig.
Yeah.
So this is a weird twist.
And the reason they did that was they made sure to keep either if all the veterans were to go against the newbies, because they knew that's classically what's going to happen. That way they would absolutely make sure that in the final 10, it wasn't just an all-star game or it wasn't just a newbie game. There would absolutely be people from both teams. And the only way to ensure that was to give this golden key and do it for more than a week. It wouldn't make any sense if it was just for a week.
But this is the problem with this. Whatever team gets the golden key. So let's say now. Okay, so we're going to go through. I want to go through that process. So now Danielle gets the golden key because I guess by default, so she automatically got it, because it was unfair to her because now her teammate is gone. So she needs to kind of stay safe for the next couple of weeks because then it's too many, it would just be screwed up.
I think it affected her greatly.
It did because, she's a very strong competitor and I think she's doing great this season. She's totally different than season 8. I mean, she's really matured.
I think it affected Keith more than her.
Yeah. Let's get to
a little funny.
Let's get to that.
But
Keith lost his mind.
Keith is crazy.
He thought it was a big conspiracy because Jeff and Jordan were laughing at something, and he has no idea.
I was half
laughing.
expecting him to start murmuring about Building 7. You know what I mean? He was really going and the JFK and everything. He really lost.
He really lost his mind.
He's crazy. And then when you find out that Dick is gone,
but he put himself on the block.
Yes, but he finds out that Dick is gone. He starts doing this, I guess you would call a victory dance, but it's in the bathroom. He asks Portia to go to the washroom, and she's like, "What's that?"
She has no clue.
And he says, the washroom. And she says, the bathroom. And he says, you knew what I mean. So they go to the bathroom. Now, she goes in the stall. So I'm not sure why they were going together. But she goes like into the private like toilet area.
Yeah, I have a guess as to why they were going together.
And he stands outside by the sink and says, now that Dick is gone, I can go after Danielle. Yes. And then he starts doing this dance where he's like shooting hoops, scoring, shooting hoops, scoring, and he's doing it in front of the bathroom mirror watching himself.
Yeah. He totally self-destructed, right? And he set himself up on the block.
Yeah.
And Portia is not doing a good job at getting the veterans to like her. I mean, I guess back and forth.
Annoying.
And then they like her, and then they don't like her.
She's transparent, and I believe that she's not at all trustworthy, and I don't think that anybody's going to put her in an alliance unless they know that she's the first one.
Now, from the people on the block right now, so we're going to get to that. So what happens on the block, Rachel nominates Keith and Portia to go up on the block.
Right.
So now the politicking begins. At the same time, Dominic is trying to create his own alliance.
He's the best player.
Yes,
in my opinion.
But he's extremely immature. Okay. And I think the second he's up on that block, he's going to self-destruct.
He might.
He's gonna MF everybody in that game, and he's just going to explode if he doesn't get that veto. If the regulators, his team, which is failing miserably, because the regulators are also
failing.
The regulators are also politicking with the veterans at this point. And it's a very, you know what's great? The alliances are screwed up, except for the veterans, but the veterans are outnumbered at this point. And I'll tell you why they are screwed. Dick leaves, right? Mm-hmm. Danielle has the golden key. Danielle cannot compete in any competitions.
Right.
Rachel cannot compete in a competition this week.
Right.
Except for Veto. She could compete for Veto, but not HOH. Not HOH.
Do you find Rachel more likable this season? Because I tell you right now, something has happened to her, and for whatever reason, she's much more likable.
Way more likable.
Yeah. I mean, she's still an idiot. But
I'm embarrassed for disliking her as much as I did.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like a family member you don't see in a while, and you're like, I didn't have to hate this person with,
You know why we like her? Because it's veterans versus newbies. I think if it was Danielle, Danielle copy in that house, we would still find her annoying. She is annoying, but it seems like she realized how out of her mind she was last season. Like
maybe
somebody
she toned it back a little bit.
And Dick coached her that first couple days. Dick really coached her. And Dick was extremely critical, and I have those clips from last season when he goes on the show, when he came on Big Brother Rewind. He was extremely critical of Rachel.
Right.
And he said, I would have chopped her head off if I was in that house the first week.
Right. She was annoying, but now she's better.
Yeah, and
I like her hair. I
do.
Thank
you for that.
I don't know. She's prettier to me this season. I like her hair. No more
spunky. She's
no more extensions, and she's got like this little body wave thing going. I like it.
Yeah. So Dom is politicking, and he's
annoying too.
Very annoying.
I'm not a fan.
I watched him for 45 minutes try to put on pants today.
He talks a lot and he says nothing.
Yeah.
He was standing, he goes into the dining room and he goes, I don't know who's going home. He's like, I don't know if it's going to be Portia that goes home. I don't know if it's going to be Keith that goes home. I don't know who's going home. But I do know one thing. Someone's going home.
It's like
what
when
was that?
Joe Scarborough was an anchor on MSNBC. He used to open his show and say something like this. He turned around to Pat Buchanan and goes, one thing's for certain, Pat. In 15 days, we're going to have a new president. Like some really blatantly obvious thing.
I don't, what?
Dominic says the most ridiculous things. I'm looking at a comment here, courtesy of onlinebigbrother.com. And Dominic asked Keith if he would rather eat a blank or lick a trick.
Can you what is blank? Well, I'm lost.
Taco.
Right. Let's guess what blank is.
Okay.
What is taco?
He was in the house.
Right.
And left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
mature.
Keith said lick a trick. Now, this is a conversation between Dominic and Keith. I just found it hysterical when I found it on Big Brother today.
That live feed, man, I'm telling you, if you haven't gotten onto that live feed.
Oh, my God.
Get on that live feed.
They're all about dancing this season.
They love to.
They like their victory dances because after the Power of Veto, I think they go into the room, Dom and Keith, and they do this like thing where they're like dancing in circles, and then they're like, "Can I get a little?" And then they like bounce.
Yeah,
like they're total frat boys.
Yeah. Okay, so now
I want to see Julie Chen dance.
Yes.
The Chen bot. Yeah.
The Chen bot.
Rachel now, she had a great first, HOH. She did great.
Yeah.
Now the POV competition. Now this got interesting. So Dominic Keith lost his mind. Portia now thinks she's going to go home. They're both really politicking. They're going both sides. It's pretty much down to who will self-destruct a little less than the other one. This competition was ridiculous because now they both agreed to throw the competition. Now the competition was they're superheroes in like a cape and leotard. Spandex. And one has to run to get the pieces of the puzzle, let's say Veto, and the other one gets cranked up and has to put the block. It's Jeff and Jordan, Rachel and Brendan, and Keith and Portia.
Right.
Jeff and Jordan were just miserable. Rachel is playing the game. And Keith and Portia decided to throw in the game.
But they haven't spoken to one another.
What was the reason that they threw the game?
Okay. Keith has decided with his group that he has now the numbers to stay.
Yeah.
And because
he did the count.
He did the count. And then right before he went to Power of Veto, he decided that he was going to call a newbies meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about, he decides that he's going to be the hero. He calls himself a hero because he's now going to call out Portia and the other chick.
Cassie.
Okay. He's going to call them out and say that they've been siding with the veterans and they can't be trusted. So he thinks that by doing this, he's now the hero and that everybody on the newbie side is going to vote to keep him in the house and they're going to vote Portia out. Because of that, he wants Portia to leave because he knows that Portia is working with the veterans. Mm-hmm. So he decides that he's going to throw the competition because if he wins, takes himself off the block, the pair comes off, not just him. When the pair comes off, they'll have to put a new pair in. He would rather get his person out so that he can get the key.
Yeah.
In the same respect, the Portia is working with the veterans and is told, we don't want anything to change. So throw the competition so that we can make sure that the nominations stay the same and that Keith goes home. So they both decide that they're going to throw the competition, and they both decide that the other one has no idea that they're throwing this competition. So you see them in the diary room with like a split screen saying, I've decided that I'm going to throw the competition, but Keith has no idea. And then you see Keith say, I'm decided I'm going to throw the competition, but Portia has no idea.
Such idiots.
And then she says, I don't trust my partner. And then he says, I don't trust my partner. And
Keith sent himself home.
Yeah.
He didn't play the competition.
Right.
Yeah. So
why would you even consider, why would you risk that?
Well,
I guess so because he didn't want to screw over somebody else in his
group. Side.
Yeah.
But
and
plus,
that's
if you get to stay, you get the key. So
now,
he
are they
doesn't
doing
have to
that
do
this week?
Yes.
Are they going to, because they gave one key away.
Yes. Look at the numbers.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't like this key. So now here's the problem with this key. Okay. Now let's talk about the key. The key now screws your alliance because you cannot compete.
Right.
In Veto or HOH.
Right.
So if your side is up the last couple of weeks, right? There's a good chance. Let's say the newbies are constantly going up. Mm-hmm. How are they going to compete for a competition?
Well, they don't. That's the point.
You know what I mean? Like,
right. And
there might be. I mean, and I'm just saying, like, let's say the veterans win every week, and they keep putting up the newbies. There's going to be a week where no newbie could play at that point. Mm-hmm. So now let's go with the competition now. So let's say Keith is going to go home tonight, which I believe Keith will go home.
You believe that he will
100%.
Unless something happens within the next hour and a half.
No, Keith is going home.
Keith is going home.
I would have to agree with you, but I will say Keith, watching him lose his mind has been sort of a pleasure for me. Even though he is an annoying character, I will say seeing him get increasingly irrational.
He's more entertaining than Portia.
He's more entertaining than Portia. I could pick a bunch of people I'd like to see leave other than Keith just because I'd like to see. Although I do think he wrote his own ticket home.
Yeah, he did.
And
he could have been a strong player. That's the problem here. He could have been a very strong player, and he wasn't. He just died the first week. So this competition, the veterans feel they're not going to win.
Right.
The HOH, numbers wise, if you think about it, it's 7 people. Right? How many people? 6 people.
Right.
Versus 2.
It's really 5.
How many? Yeah, 5 people. 5 people versus 2 people, because Danielle can't play.
Right.
Rachel can't play. Jordan is. I love her, but there's no way she's gonna win. She won one last year. The only reason why she won is because Jeff. It was a golfing thing, and Jeff blew it so she could get it.
Yeah.
Because you remember Jeff.
No, but she won it when it counted. When at the very, very end, I think it was like the last week she was there. As soon as Jeff went home, she needed to win HOH, I think.
No, Jeff gave her HOH.
Was that it?
Yeah, it was a golf putty thing. Oh. So, Jordan, let's consider her not to win.
Yeah. It's
down to Brendan and Jeff, 2 very strong competitors.
Right.
They could win, but numbers-wise, you have that entire side against you.
Brendan kind of strikes me as a little bit of a douchebag.
Yeah, but I'm talking like alliance-wise,
right?
Because I'm on the alliance side. I'm on the veteran side, of course. There's no way that she won the 3-part HOH versus Natalie. You're absolutely right, Dean, in the chat room. Dean is right. You were right too.
I told you. Don't question me.
I do question you. I don't.
You really should learn to stop that.
Jessica has now proven several times that she's the authority on this show.
Yes, don't question me.
What happens now this week? Rachel and Danielle told Jeff and Brendan that if Dom wins, to be extremely happy and excited for him, to screw with the alliance, with the newbies, to put doubt in them.
Right.
Because if you put the doubt, they're going to start politicking against each other.
Brilliant.
And they're going to implode.
Right. They'll start questioning themselves. They'll start.
Yeah.
Like an Evel Dick, like a marionette from miles
from
away.
Still,
his imprint is on Big Brother no matter where he is.
What do you think, Tim? What do you think is going on?
I basically think that exactly what you said will happen if Dom does win. I think that's a brilliant move, like Jessica said, because all you need is a little infighting. All you need is people to start questioning themselves, start questioning the alliances, and at that point, then I'm a veterans fan simply because I just like veterans of anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Veterans of war.
Who the hell are
veterans
of anything? Who the hell are these new people to win anything? They don't necessarily. They haven't made their. I don't know them yet. You know what I mean? I don't know them yet, but I would. It's disappointing to me what Keith did. I was disappointed in this. It seemed like self-sabotage.
Yeah.
On a level that was weird because he was a guy, love him or hate him, with a ton of potential to be a great player. And then something, whatever it was, I think it was, we said before, Dick leaving, totally threw him off his axis. Unless something happens that we can't.
But Dick leaving, what does that do to the veterans? What does that do to them?
Right. It removes
that really screws up their game because Dick is a great competitor.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it may force them now. It may force them now to think a little bit for themselves, whereas Dick was definitely going to be the puppeteer.
But you know what? I could have seen Dick kicking one of them out.
Yeah.
Dick could have backdoored Rachel and Brendan, screwed all of it up.
I think Dick has the most power in maybe the history of Big Brother. I could have seen Dick kicking Julie Chen out.
Dick could have and Les Moonves.
At a certain point, Dick might have left for a gig at CBS.
Yeah. I read a very interesting article written by Matt from last year on BigBrotherNetwork.com, and he's talking about what went on during the week, and it was very interesting because he said the entire veteran team was relying on Dick, and when he left, they all lost their minds. For that couple of minutes. They were all of them, because it was almost like they gave up. The game was over.
It was crazy the way that Jeff reacted. No, Brendan. Brendan reacted to this because they hear that Keith is smiling and laughing. So then Jeff gets like this insanity look upon his face, and he's gonna, Brendan's gonna go and kill
Brendan
Keith,
and Rachel wanted to quit. Brendan and Rachel wanted to quit. They wanted to leave the house.
Well,
that
Brendan's like, I'm going to go talk to him. And Rachel's like, no, please don't do that. And then Jordan's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Sit down. We still have to play the game. And then Jeff gets up and gives this like, we can do it speech. Let's be Rocky, he says.
Yeah.
And we
Saving
can win
Private Ryan. Charging up. Yeah,
we can win every game. We can win everything. If you have it in your head you're going to lose, you're going to lose. But if you put it in your face that you're going to win, you're going to win. Let's do this.
And when Jeff said we could do it, he actually didn't mean win Big Brother. He meant cure the gay people. So, I mean, you know.
Did you hear about that?
Just to be fair.
So that was a very interesting conversation.
With Kalia, who everyone hates Kalia. Let's be honest. Nobody
hates her, right?
does. No, everyone hates her.
She's a waste in that house.
Nobody likes her.
Yeah.
And so it's always tough when you have her as a proponent of something.
And who's she on the team with?
They're so forgettable.
I forgot his name.
Some of them are very forgettable.
These newbies, they haven't done anything, so I don't remember.
Well, they have, what's his name? Who's handsome Exy. He keeps saying, well, at least I'm handsome after he lost the competition.
Okay, now that's
which I think is great.
Kalia and him are together.
So then before, when I was talking about, it was Kalia and Portia that Keith decides that he's going to say that Kalia and Portia are working together upstairs. Not Cassie. Okay. No. Cassie's the one that's like, shoot like a man and be a woman in the bed and...
Cassie's all over the place. She's a Benedict Arnold.
She is,
playing at both sides.
But you know, Cassie, I wouldn't be surprised if Cassie goes home if the veterans win now, right? Let's say they win tonight. Let's say Jeff or Brendan wins.
Okay.
Who do they send? Who do they put up on the block? That's interesting. Strategically, you get Dom out.
Dom's got to go. Strategically, he'll be the biggest problem if he can learn to control himself.
Then Adam has the golden ticket, the golden key.
Right.
And Adam, you don't want him getting far because he could be an impact player. Do you start getting the floaters out now?
No.
I mean, do you get Kalia out?
No, because
that's a waste.
She's a waste. She's not going to do anything. You need her in as long as possible because it's just another non-threatening.
Right.
I think if you gotta cut the head of the leader, and Dom right now is the leader of that newbie group. So if you get Dom out, the regulators, you get Dom out.
Right.
Who's in charge?
Right.
Really, you just have a bunch of floaters and Adam.
Right.
And Adam really hasn't done much to be an impact player. You know, he's not politicking.
He hasn't done anything yet. I think he has the power to, though. I see something in him that I think that he has the ability to really play this game, but he's being quiet and he's sitting on the sidelines for now.
Well, he's a big fan of Dick.
Right.
And he really thought, he was going to... Well, Shelly's done nothing, too. She's been a waste.
Yeah, you can't... What are the... I mean, you got to leave them in as long as possible.
Shelly's the hunter?
The 41-year-old.
Oh, that.
Outdoors industry.
She's the one I was talking about with the be a woman and the man.
No, Cassie.
She likes Sarah Palin.
Cassie has
wolves from helicopters.
Cassie's the model.
Yes, Cassie's the model with a really thick accent, and the other one, Shelly.
Luan. Now, do you get Luan out?
No.
What do you do with Luan?
He's handsome, sexy.
He's excellent. This guy.
He's MXy.
In every
funny
way.
When they went in that brightly colored room, the lights.
Yeah. Did you see the face mask that he put on, the chin mask?
Yeah,
he put on like a half a mask,
right,
like on his face.
Oh no,
it was hysterical.
I think it was interesting when Jeff and Kalia were talking about the Harry Potter.
So go into that
situation because Harry Potter, by the way, comes out tonight at midnight. And I just want to say to anyone, if you're going to go see Harry Potter tonight at midnight, before you do that, kill yourself. End your life because, come on, you can wait till tomorrow. Sorry, that's my own personal. But yeah, they were talking, and Jeff obviously was upset. He was kind of shocked that Dumbledore, who is, for people who don't know, the headmaster of the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry,
and he's gay.
Was gay. J.K. Rowling made him gay in the book. And basically he said you shouldn't have a gay headmaster of the school because he's got kids around making the link between gay people and pedophiles.
Okay. And
Kalia said, hey, my sister's a lesbian.
And he turned around and said, I don't give an F.
I don't give an F.
About your sister.
About your sister.
Which was the greatest line ever.
Wow. It was, and CBS now has got to backtrack, which is funny because I've been reading a couple of blogs today, and their whole thing is, listen, we don't endorse any of the views of these people, which is true. Right. You can't blame CBS for any of that.
Thoughts and feelings of Jeff. have nothing to do.
But
was that expected from Jeff?
No, you know what it was.
Not
Jeff
at all.
Has,
I wasn't.
Jeff has a dry sense of humor. If you watch the house, if you like watch the show and you know him from season 11, so I really don't take what he said as him being homophobic or anti-gay or anything like that. Right. I think he was just making a stupid comment and he he was sticking with it.
Right.
He was just playing the part a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think and he's a smart guy. I think if he thought what he was doing was, pushing it or anything like that, he wouldn't have kept at it. I think he was just screwing around.
Yes, to an extent.
Because they know the cameras are on them. I mean, they're not dumb.
Right. I mean, you know what it is? The fight was with Kalia, though, and everyone hates Kalia. It would just be, if he had brushed up on that issue with Dick, I feel like, or somebody that people had respect. I mean, it was Kalia. I was even like, yeah, F your sister and F you and get off this show. I hate you.
Yeah.
And it was totally felt what he said disturbing, but it was just like, God, Kalia sucks. I mean, that's tough. But maybe he'll redeem himself in later episodes.
Listen, I'm hoping. Now,
he's also not running for president.
No, he's not.
He's a guy on Big Brother, which I love the show and everything, but let's not make him explain himself like he's running for something.
You know what was interesting to hear them talk about the Casey Anthony trial? Because they don't know the verdict. They've been a sequester.
I'm like, how can we get this back to Casey?
I think that's excellent.
Drita, by the way, on her Facebook page, just to update people who may be fans of more than one reality show, said, and by the way, I've posted on Drita's Facebook page twice. She's liked each post.
Yeah.
Thousands of people post. Tim Dillon twice posting, got 2 likes. But she said, the outcome of the Casey Anthony trial disturbs me a lot. I'm not going to say anything about it because what I say could get me in trouble. So she was clearly unhappy, like many of us were with.
Let's talk about the milk, the cow game that they played.
Oh
the haves and haves not. The have and have not.
Was that with Keith jumping and the humping?
Keith had sex with everybody on his team at that moment.
Pretty much, yeah.
For
everyone
who
in the
didn't
state,
see,
maybe.
The
especially
point of the game was they have this cow suit which is foam, and they have to go in the cow bath, soak up the milk, and have the milk go down to like the drain and then fill the barrels up. Right. Okay,
so you have to squeeze the foam out. There's squeezers and then there's.
Most of the normal people are
cows.
Hugging you, squeezing you, pushing you.
Yeah.
Keith proceeds to have sex with you.
Yes. Totally. Well, he's humping his way to a have.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's humping his way to a have. Unfortunately, he lost.
He lost. His method was not.
I'll tell you right now, I do, after seeing him, want to go to his church.
It might be interesting.
It seems like it's just a lot of fun.
A whole lot of fun.
So, Dom, we all agree Dom is the strongest newbie in that house.
You made a good point. You said he's immature.
Very immature, yeah.
But if he finds a way to rein that in.
I mean, he's funny.
Right. But I feel like he's a threat, man.
I think he's a threat, but I don't think that he's the strongest competitor on the newbie side.
Who do you think?
I think that we don't know yet. I think that
that's fair.
I think that he's the only one that's stupid enough to tell everybody his thoughts.
I'm so afraid to disagree with Jessica right now.
And he's...
Anthony in our chat room says Cassie will be strong. He's right. We don't know.
Cassie could be strong. I can see Adam being strong. Yeah. We don't know. Listen, even how handsome Exy might be strong either. Well, I don't know about that. But we have no idea. And I don't think that it would be fair to say that he's the strongest. He's just the most vocal.
Alanis in the chat room said she'd love to see Rachel get to the final 5. I absolutely would too.
I would
be honest. Yeah. I would too.
I like her this season.
I want to remind everybody, we have a chat room. We broadcast live every Thursday afternoon, early evening at 7 p.m. East. We have an interactive chat room on our website at gfqlive.tv. If you miss any of our shows or miss parts of our show, it's always in rotation, always in replay. But to make it convenient for you, within the 2 hours of the show being recorded, we put it on our website, and you can watch it at any given time at gfqnetwork.com. And you can watch it over and over and over again. So it's on all the time.
We recommend you watch it between 10 and 15 times to really let it sink in.
Right, and then download it.
Right.
So let's go with, before we wrap it up, because we have to wrap it up in about 5 minutes. Dom and Adam, I consider 2 very strong competitors on that side.
Adam not really showing his muscle yet.
Yeah.
Old people right now, my 2 are Danny, Danielle, and Brendan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's my final 4 right now. If I'm going to pick a final 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
really?
That's early on.
Yeah, that's a little.
If I pick a Final Four, I think think Danielle's going to make the Final Four.
100%.
100%.
I think Danielle is going to do it.
I have to
I
agree.
think that Jeff is going to.
You think Jeff?
I think Jeff, because I think it's going to come down to a point where Jeff and Jordan are up on the block again against each other. And I think this time Jordan's going to push for her to go home since she won last time and for him to stay.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be,
that's what's gonna happen.
Definitely going to happen at some point so that he can play the game.
But I mean, that's a
stupid
stupid move, though. I mean, that's a really stupid move, Jess. Why would they keep Jeff and send Jordan home?
I think that at some point that's going to happen throughout the season. I just think that.
You think
I'm not
Jordan
saying that he's going to make it to. I don't think it's going to be a Final Four.
That?
I think Jordan will push for that.
Okay.
Because she won. She won already, and I think that
that veto is really dangerous this season.
Yeah.
That veto is really dangerous because also you have to remember coup d'etat comes in play.
Yeah, if they do it this year.
I think they'll definitely do it.
They have so many twists already.
Pandora's box.
Pandora's box is
maybe
the best.
Dick will be in the box.
I'll tell you right now, if that would be
title of the show.
If Keith, can you imagine Keith still being
that
on
was
the
a
show
title last season
and having Dick be in the box? You imagine if Keith makes it to that point and he's
Dick
in the box,
just comes out.
It would just be you'd have to wheel Keith in that Hannibal Lecter mask for the rest of the season because he wouldn't be able to handle it.
Alana says, I think Adam will make it till the final 10 and then he'll be evicted. Yeah, I mean this is fun. The beginning is fun because you could speculate on
really
we're so
what
wide
you
out
think.
from it, right?
Yeah, what you think could happen in that house. Right now, I think Danielle will make it far. Mm-hmm. I think she really will because she's laying low.
Right.
She's not politicking as much. She's staying to her side and she's hanging out with her crew and she's not really starting stuff with anybody. Rachel has a target on her. Jeff has a target on him. Brendan has a target and Jordan has a target.
Right.
Because, they were the likable people.
Right.
Danielle has an advantage because Danielle was on years ago.
Right.
So a lot of the people, the most interesting team ever, right? Dick and Danielle.
Might not know.
But it was all Dick.
Right.
Danielle was just, in my opinion, I mean, I'm talking about controversy.
Jordan's also the most likable winner ever.
Yeah, Simon from Online Big Brother says CBS will do whatever it takes to keep Jeff on the show. Yeah, absolutely. And same with Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They want them because they're CBS's golden kids, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I love them.
They do.
Yeah. Well, Amazing Race. They were an Amazing Race.
Yeah, but they can get new golden kids.
You think so? Well,
absolutely.
Here's the problem.
Absolutely. Because they're America's favorite.
They didn't do a
Jordan
good job.
But America can get new favorites.
By the way, nobody cares about Big Brother 10. This is the interesting thing.
Right.
Nobody cares about it except for Jesse. And if I see Jesse this season,
I'm turning the TV off. CBS, listen to me.
The end of the show.
If you put Jesse back in the damn box, or you try to bring Jesse back, I'm stopping this show. I will never watch again, and I will refuse to watch Big Brother.
He was
the most annoying, awful character ever, and they only put him on because everyone hates him.
Yeah, but they knew he was annoying.
I love that right there, what you just did.
All right.
Yeah. So let's
moving on
before we wrap it up. So who do your final four, Joss?
I'm not doing a final
four.
Come
on, do a final four.
No, I don't want to do.
You got to do it. You got to guess your four.
No, because if I guess a four and I could be wrong, I'd rather wait until I actually have a final.
No,
four
that's the fun part about it.
Like
right now,
and your fun is not my fun.
You could change your final four. You could change it. Right now, your final four.
Danielle, I'll help you. We'll do one together.
Okay, Danielle, Jeff, Adam,
Dom.
No. Dom.
Okay.
Fine, Dom. And
is that yours?
That's mine.
Rachel.
So okay.
Rachel,
you know what? We're gonna change mine right now.
Yeah.
Danielle, Rachel, Jeff,
and
Adam.
I thought we were going with
Dom. Are we going with Dom or Adam?
Why are you playing together?
I'm
sorry.
An alternate could be our Dom.
We have an alliance, Zarian. We have an alliance.
I'm outnumbered here.
I'm sorry.
Dom, Adam, Danielle, Brendan. That's my pick right now.
Adam must be a new. I'd
love to see Rachel because I'm telling you right now, man. I generally don't change my opinions of people.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting.
I
will give her time.
I want Kalia to win. You know what? Kalia's winning this season.
Oh, come on.
She could.
No,
I'd like
not.
a Jesse back before Kalia wins.
He is not winning.
I'll tell you that much.
Kidding? All right.
All right, so let's wrap it up for today. I want to remind everybody, go to our website, guysfromqueens.com. It's a quick one today because we have a guest in the studio for the Andrew Zarian Show.
Yes.
Amelia Monis.
Yes.
Our
Sweet
favorite
Alchemy.
Sweet Alchemy.
They make
Cupcakes
delicious
and
cakes and cookies.
Very good
Cakes
stuff.
and cupcakes.
Yeah, you're going to die.
Amazing.
I'm so mad.
You're going to die.
You might have to stick around.
I might.
All right.
She just had a show on...
She was on an episode of Iced with Sylvia Weinstock.
So stay tuned for that. Also go to our website, guysfromqueens.com. Also go to streaming site, gfqlive.tv.
Yes.
The show will be posted within the next couple hours. I'm excited to see what happens tonight. I mean, I think we all know Keith is going to go home, but I'm more interested to see the HOH. And now the game really begins.
If Keith goes home, could we get him on the show next week?
I think they're not going to be talking.
They're not allowed to.
Yeah, they can't talk.
You're right. It's a gag order.
They're only allowed to do CBS, I think.
Yeah.
They do like the morning show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Stay handsome, Maxie, folks.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you all next week.
Good night,
My
everyone.
Big Brother Rewind. Good night, everybody.